I am Silvana Garcia Shrek. We're at the Radisson Decapolis Hotel in Lima, Peru. We've invited Carsten Pock. He's the editor-in-chief of livinginperu.com. This is a website in English all about Peru. This week, livinginperu.com celebrates its 5th anniversary. I'm going to ask Carsten some questions about the challenges and highlights that he's faced during these 5 past years. Well, actually, I have here some questions I've been wanting to ask you.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago, so, well, this is my opportunity.
Shoot.
5 years ago, you created the English website livinginperu.com. Why did you do it?
Well, when I came to Peru, I found that there was very little information for people who were interested in Peru. There was a little bit about tourism. There was a few forums where people was discussing, but there wasn't any English newspaper, and there was not, a place to find advice that I kind of wanted to look for. So we started making, first of all, a business directory, so we could help each other finding good products, services, because it's all, word of mouth that you kind of recommend to each other. So that's how we started 5 years ago, and then people started to demand more and say, hey, but what are we going to do this weekend? So we started to investigate, what there was to do this weekend and come up with suggestions, and that's how we started an event calendar. And after that, people was like, I need to sell my stuff. Where can I sell it? So we create a classified sections, and then a news section, and a travel section, and a gastronomy section. And now we got to, where we have a really nice portal with 25,000 pages of information that people can benefit from.
Tell us about 2 highlights and 2 challenges you've come across during these years.
Well, there are highlights and challenges. It's good to have a project, and it's good to have a goal to say we would like to launch this at this date. But it can be difficult always to find what you need, the tools, the manpower to make it happen within a certain timeline. That is a challenge. But you get to learn to be a part of society where things are not done in the same way as it's done in Denmark, where I used to come from. I think that all of the challenges are easy to overcome. There are not some where you really go sweating or you cannot sleep during the night. Most of them are to overcome.
And the highlights?
The highlights. It's every time you produce a good e-magazine and people appreciate it and read all the articles, that's a highlight in itself. But I think last week or 2 weeks ago, when more than 100,000 people had downloaded our book 101 Reasons to be Proud of Peru, that was a huge highlight. Another highlight is to get into the office in the morning and meet up with the team, because I have the best team imaginable, and so it's a pleasure to go to work.
You were mentioning 101 Reasons to be Proud of Peru, your book. And I was wondering how this book and this work impacted your life.
Well, it definitely has had a huge impact, because first of all, it was a fantastic job to do. We were able to receive 2,500 suggestions from our readers, what they thought Peruvians should be proud about, or what Peruvians were proud about. We had both from foreigners and Peruvians. And it was great to see all these suggestions, which taught me many things about Peru that I didn't know. And then to put the whole project together, people got very enthusiastic. A lot of people wanted to help, and it was a great teamwork. And when we finally launched it, it was just like a big relief, because we had been able to produce something really, really cool that people appreciated. And now we've seen the results, and even though it's only 100,000, and when I say only, it's because our goal is that we will reach 1 million people with this, but we still have many years to go, so it's not a big problem.
Tell us a bit about who your readers are. And how many people are visiting the site?
I believe that, well, I know that it's both Peruvians and foreigners. There's a lot of North Americans. We get most of our traffic from the US and Canada. We have all the foreign community in Peru. Most of them also uses our services. Last month, June 2010, we had 224,000 unique visitors that in average read 2 or 3 pages or articles, which we are very happy with. And there are about 30,000 subscribers that receives a copy of our Peru This Week every Wednesday.
What is, according to your point of view, the general perception of foreigners about Peru regarding business and investment opportunities? Where do you think we are heading in this matter? Towards more growth and investment, or towards a more conservative trend, now that we are heading to the general elections?
Without any doubt, I see both more investment and more growth in Peru. Peru has been able to reach many agreements, from free trade agreements to bilateral agreements. So people have much more confidence in Peru. The different banks are giving us higher ratings, so that also gives people confidence to invest, not only in properties, which is still a booming market, but also in the stocks in the stock exchange. The elections will, of course, put maybe a little bit, a break on things, but I think the Peruvian people wants to continue the success that and the growth that has been going on for the last 5, 8, 10 years. I see the government having great success with many of their plans to lower poverty and to increase education and investment in infrastructure. So I think Peru has a great future ahead of it.
So throughout the years you've been living here in Lima, you've seen a change in the decision of the tourists in where to come. For instance, before it was only Machu Picchu, and now do you think that they are choosing another sites to visit, actually, besides, of course, Machu Picchu?
I think the internet has helped a lot because travel agency has a better opportunity to say, yes, you come to this website because you're looking for Machu Picchu, but look, while you're here, why don't you visit Arequipa, or you go to Lake Titicaca and see the floating islands and visit, the people there. And if you have time, stay in Lima, go around. It's a beautiful historical city, and the gastronomic side is like a whole chapter for itself. I mean, you can basically, every day through the rest of your life, try a new restaurant, and one is more impressive than the other. Delicious food, and I think that's a new tourism industry. It's already started, but we will see more people just to come and eat well and healthy, and Peru has it all to offer.
One of your written goals is to make Peru the #1 country in Latin America in 2025. Some would say that is crazy. What can you tell us about that?
Of course it sounds crazy. I mean, it's always, when someone comes and says, look, I want to see Peru being the #1 country in Latin America for whatever reason. But I feel that, the Peruvians, they are ready, to pick up the tools and whatever it's necessary to make it happen. So when that happens, then, you get the feeling that you can go out and say this. And if you see what happened in the last 5 years and you say, well, if they continue that, why shouldn't it be possible in 15 years from now to beat all the other Latin American countries? Because the younger generation, they go out, they study English, more people go to universities, they all want to be part of a change, they don't believe in the old system anymore. They are informed and they want to see change in that, and they want to improve their lives, and all that energy will make it happen. I'm confident.